All right, let's solve for y. Why, you ask? So you can solve for systems of equations. All right. Now, if we hadn't already done this 3 or 4 times as a warm up, we're going to keep doing it because if you have to retake the STAR test for Algebra 1, you got to know how to do this, right? So check it out. When you are not in an equation that's y equals, do you see how this is not just y equals? You got to get rid of this thing, and then you got to get rid of this thing. I'm going to remind you how to do it, right? I do. So here we go. First step to solve for y. I got to get rid of this positive 2x. What's the opposite of a positive 2x? Well, the opposite of positive, negative. So minus 2x. Minus 2x. Does everyone see, and everyone's writing, that you got to get rid of that x, the 2x, by subtracting 2x? Scratch that out, bring that down. 3y equals, now, not equal to 0. You're just trying to get y by itself. So, what I like to do, you're not going to do 6 minus 2. It's not 4. It's not 4x. You can't do that. Okay. Do y'all remember we put this in front? Because this is mx and this is b. Does that sound familiar? We've done it before. So, yes, you should. You should. I've learned this. Well, it's not 0. You're trying to get y by itself. Now, how do I get rid of that 3? There's like an invisible multiplying right here. So what's the opposite of multiplying? Divide by 3. And guess what? Everything gets divide by 3. And now my final answer, my y equals, is this. Negative 2 over 3, x, plus, now 6 over 3, if you type that into Desmos, it'll tell you it's 2. That's your final answer. Make sure you write that down. And you know why you can write that down? All right, let's do this notes. Okay. From whence shalt thou get food, pencil? My writing utensil is nay or nigh, right here. Colored polygrapho. Here we go. Okay, 1 sec. All right, you can write this down. A system of equations is 2 or more equations with the same variables. 2 or more equations with the same variables. Okay. Fill in this. Okie dokie. Now, this is important, and this is how we're going to do it today. Graphically, it's where 2 lines cross. Whenever you have 2 lines, wherever they cross, that's the answer. The intersection is the solution. That's why it says graphically, it's where the lines intersect. Or algebraically, what makes it true? Both of them true. Now look, types of solutions. If you have if you have 2 lines that cross once, that's the solution, x comma y. If you have parallel lines, okay, you have no solution. They don't touch. Okay? And then if you have the same exact line, then you are going to have infinitely many solutions. Okay. So here is the way we're going to do this today. We're going to solve by graphing. And we are going to, step 1, rewrite the equation. Step 2, graph the line. And 3, identify the solution. All right. All right, make sure you got this down. We're going to show you some examples. Just don't want anybody dozing off, you know. Or sea lion, or what? Demonstrating the sea lion? Wait. Oh, my bad. Oh, go ahead. All right. We're going to do a tutorial to show how it's a system of equations. Hyuk. Hyuk. All right, ready? For the next song? No. Okay, here we go. Now, you're going to need Desmos. Looks like everyone's got their laptop, Chromebook nearby, at least, right? Desmos. Okay, here we go. Now, y'all ready for the easiest thing ever? Number 1, can you graph it in Desmos? Now, is this first equation, is it y equals? Right here. So is this y equals? Yes. Is this one y equals? Yes. So, guess what? Type it in. Y equals x minus 8. And then y equals negative 2x plus 1. Now, can you see where you should? All right. Now look, you see where they cross right here? Not yet. All right, we're almost done. In like 30 minutes. All right, check it out. Where these cross, you click it, and that's the answer. Isn't that easy? Too easy, right? Right over there? Huh? Right? It's too easy, right? Now, you know what? If you find it on Desmos, you don't even have to graph it on here. That sound like a plan? I'm wide awake. All right, there it is. Now, do you think every question is going to be that easy? No. All right, let's look at number 2. Whoop. On number 2, are those y equals? Is that y equals? Yes or no? All right, is that y equals? Yeah. So guess what you got to do? Just drop it in here. Say it again. What? What? All right. And then hit enter. Y equals negative x plus 6. Now, what do? You click where they cross, and that's your solution. -2, 8. Okay. It's too easy, Mr. G. Give us something a little bit more difficult, please. Okay. Okay. Well, that's about it for our notes. Not. All right. So here's where it gets more confusing. When you flip it over, flip it over, flip it over. All right. Has everyone got 1 and 2 down? Okay. If they're y equals, you just type it in, you get the answer where they cross. Okay. Now, here we go. Are these y equals? Is y all by itself here? No. Okay. Is y all by itself here? No. So, remember what we did on our warm-up where you have to move over the x by doing the opposite and then divide? That's what you're going to have to do here. Okay. So, start with the second one here. If I want to solve for y right here, then I'm going to have to get rid of the minus x. What's the opposite of minus? X? Yeah, plus x. Plus x. These opposites cancel out. Bring down y equals. And remember, the x term goes in front of the b term. Plus x is a regular x. Minus 2 comes down. Is that y equals 2? What do you think? It is! Y equals x minus 2 is a y equals. It's by itself. Now, this other equation, I'm going to rewrite it right here. Negative 3x plus y equals 8. Now, how do I get rid of that minus 3x? What's the opposite of minus 3x? Well, think. What's the opposite of minus 3x? Positive or plus 3x. Plus 3x. Remember, don't add these up. The mx goes in front of the b. Bring it down, downtown. Bring it down, downtown. So the 3x is in front of the positive 8, so it's 3x plus 8. Okay. Okay. Now, can you now graph both of those y's? You can. We don't get out here until 240. All right, so graph both of those now that they're y equals. Y equals x minus 2. Three x plus 8. Yep. Oh. And then click where they cross. And what is our answer? All right, -5, -7. Again, you don't have to use the graph paper here if you just use Desmos, but you must solve for y. All right. Now I want you to do number 4, por favor. And we'll call it a day on the notes. We can finish the rest of it another time. Everyone try number 4, please. Well, is this bottom one y equals? It is y equals. Bro, they let y'all out too early. Excuse you? Tough what? Tough cut. All right, check it out. We're going to get rid of that x. Minus x minus x. Bring down 2y equals negative x plus 4. Put that in front. Everything gets divided by 2. This is a little 1. And now we got negative 1/2 x plus 4 divided by 2 is 2. Graph those two. Get your answer. All right, here we go. I'm gonna graph these both these. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 2. It's the same equation. It's infinite. It's infinite. All right, that's it.